Right now, several farm animals are dead and a firefighter is injured after a barn outside of Brooklyn goes up in flames. Also, American soldier Travis King is back in U.S. custody after being released by North Korea. We'll have details on the transfer and why he could now face charges back in the U.S. You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Hain. Thanks for tuning in. New at noon, some farm animals died this morning after a barn caught fire outside of Brooklyn. It happened in the 4500 block of Rutland Road off of U.S. Highway 14 in the town of Rutland. Crews from multiple agencies were sent to the scene. A viewer sent us this video showing just how severe the fire was. No people were hurt, but some goats and chickens died in the fire.
There was one minor injury of a fire personnel treated and released, and the structure was a total loss.
The chief said as of right now, the cause of the fire is unclear. A man and his daughter are dead following a crash in Lafayette County yesterday. Excuse me. It happened along Highway 11 outside Gratiot when a pickup crossed the center line and hit a semi. 27-year-old Jason Richardson and his daughter died at the scene. Meanwhile, Jason's partner, 27-year-old Leanne Richardson, was taken to the hospital for unknown injuries. The couple, who had already lost a son recently, announced that they were expecting another child. A GoFundMe has been set up for the family to cover funeral and medical bills. In less than 16 hours, it's raised more than $36,000. If you'd like to donate, we have a link to it at channel3000.com. Let's head out to the weather patio. Meteorologist Jacob Madison has a look at your first warn forecast.
Yeah, we're right now seeing some showers across the area. Right now here at the station, we aren't seeing any rain. I mean, there's some very light sprinkles, but look at the current radar. There are a few scattered showers in our viewing area at the moment, including a good amount of Dane County. So zooming in on Dane County specifically, we could see some showers and even some bits of moderate to possibly heavy rain kind of moving into the northwest pretty slowly, and this will continue throughout the next several hours as well. There's also a few showers in the southwestern portion of the state near Lafayette, Crawford, and Iowa counties. Now, looking at the futurecast, we are expected to continue to see these scattered showers, maybe even a few light storms throughout the day. But by the time we get to the evening, it does look like most of the rain will have cleared out of the area, especially the late evening. And overnight, we are going to be mostly dry, maybe a few sprinkles here and there. But once the rain stops, we really aren't expected to see much rainfall for really the next week or so. Now, we also are going to see some pretty dense fog tonight. Here's a look at the visibility future track. We will likely see fog that will reduce visibility less than 2 miles at times, and we are going to continue to see fog tomorrow night. Now, looking at the current temperatures, we're seeing middle to upper 60s across Dane County, and most of our area is in the 60s. Janesville at 70, but the further east you are, the cooler it is, and then places near Iowa a little bit warmer for the most part in upper 60s. But in general, it definitely feels a bit cool, and during the afternoon, we're not going to see the temperatures rise all that much. We'll see highs in the upper 60s. I'll have more details on the rainfall and give you your weekend forecast coming up a little bit later.
All right, we'll check back, Jacob. Thank you. Members of the teaching union were voicing concerns last night at Madison's first school board meeting of the academic year. They say they're dealing with class sizes as high as 31 students, mainly in kindergarten and elementary grades. A student at the meeting also echoed the impact of those large class sizes.
We don't have room to move around, and we never have all the materials we need. There is nowhere to take a break or just a quiet space in general.
The union is calling for class sizes of between 18 and 28, depending on grade levels. They're also asking for one counselor to 250 students, one psychologist per 500, and one nurse per 500 students. Another topic on the parents' mind, ongoing bus issues, delays, and missed stops. The district and bus provider First Student are asking for patience. Both groups say a national bus driver shortage has contributed to delayed bus pickups, as well as a change in the start of school times through the district. However, some people are concerned about who is getting hired.
There are indeed incompetent people or vendors around us. We should train them to work with us or let them go. We cannot hand a new superintendent a chaotic solution and expect miracles.
First Student is still hiring bus drivers for the school year. The American soldier who had been in North Korean custody since July could be headed back to the U.S. soon. Bradley Blackburn has the story.
U.S. officials say they now have custody of American soldier Travis King. The transfer happened in China. Earlier Wednesday, North Korea abruptly said it was planning to expel the 23-year-old Army private who dashed across the border between North and South Korea in July while on a tour of the demilitarized zone. North Korea's state news agency says King confessed to illegally entering the country and that he maintained he had faced racial discrimination and inhumane treatment in the U.S. Army. The Wisconsin native was convicted of assault and had just been released from a military jail in South Korea and was supposed to be heading back to the U.S. to face more disciplinary charges. But instead of departing, he hopped on a bus tour for the DMZ. It took weeks for North Korea to acknowledge King was in their custody. Now he's expected to face additional charges in the U.S. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
U.S. officials have said that King has been declared AWOL, which can be punished by time in the brig, forfeiture of pay, or dishonorable discharge. Well, there are dueling strategies today in the Republican House and Democratic-controlled Senate as lawmakers try to avoid a potential government shutdown. 4 House GOP bills which fund the Departments of Defense, Homeland Security, State, and Agriculture contain deep spending cuts. Meanwhile, the Senate overwhelmingly voted to bring up its own bipartisan short-term spending bill. That measure would keep the government funded through mid-November and includes billions of dollars towards disaster relief and Ukraine funding. The deadline to get a deal done is October 1st. Happening tonight, 7 Republican candidates will meet for their second debate in California. It's taking place at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. 7 candidates have made the cut. Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Tim Scott, Vivek Ramaswamy, Mike Pence, Chris Christie, and Doug Burgum. Asha Hutchinson missed the polling requirements. Meanwhile, frontrunner Donald Trump will once again be skipping the debate. You can watch it on the Fox Business Network starting at 8 o'clock this evening. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. The Hollywood writers' strike appears to be coming to an end. Plus, why Target is deciding to close several stores in major cities around the U.S. That's next in the Money Watch Report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Have you ever experienced this view? Hi, Andrew Larson here. With Gutter Shutter, you'll never have to experience it again. Please give up this dangerous chore and protect your home's foundation with Gutter Shutter, the strongest, most durable, maintenance-free gutter on the market. Over the past 15 years, my team has installed thousands of maintenance-free gutter systems across South Central Wisconsin. We'd love to come out and show you what Gutter Shutter can do for you and your home, but most importantly, keep you safe and off that ladder. So call today for a free estimate.
How much money have you wasted trying to find the right shade of foundation to match your skin tone? You end up with so many unused bottles, yet you can't bear to throw them out. Now there's Color Beauty Self-Adjusting Foundation, which means you'll never search for the perfect shade again.
It's really difficult for me to find a good tone foundation. I usually purchase about 3 or 4 and sometimes mix them. Color Beauty is a game changer in finding the right foundation. You put it on your skin and it transforms into your own skin tone.
The Color Beauty foundation is so simple to put on. My skin looks great and it just looks awesome.
The key to the innovative Color Beauty formula is tiny color beads that release and blend to perfectly match your skin tone as you apply it. The foundation is white when it comes out of the bottle, but when I begin to apply it, it adjusts to blend perfectly with the color of my skin.
My biggest problem area is my cheeks right here. Color Beauty feels really light on my skin, and I can tell that it is pretty full coverage, so it looks like I don't have too much foundation on, but it is covering all my acne scars like I was saying before. I actually really love it.
It's weightless and it's full coverage, and also it literally just matches my skin as soon as I put it on. It's no work. I've never experienced a foundation like this.
Color Beauty only comes in 2 colors, light and medium. If you have fair skin or you burn easily, go with the light. If you have darker skin, go with the medium. Plus, with an SPF of 50, they're getting the highest level of sun protection in a lightweight formula. And best of all is Color Beauty's exclusive special.
Order Color's Ultimate Beauty Package today and get 40% off. That means you'll get the color adjusting foundation, the skin smoothing primer, and the fan favorite lash enhancer for thicker, longer looking lashes at 40% off. Plus, get free shipping. Visit color40.com or call the number on your screen.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
Like our $9.99 XLNY pizza. It's everything you'd expect from a classic New York-style pizza, hot and fresh out of your oven. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Hollywood writers are expected to return to work today after union leaders voted to end the nearly 5-month-long strike. The Writers Guild of America and major studios reached a tentative deal over the weekend on a new 3-year contract that includes pay increases and some protections against the use of artificial intelligence. Members now have almost 2 weeks to vote on the new contract. The Federal Trade Commission in 17 states have filed an antitrust case against Amazon, alleging the e-commerce giant illegally wields monopoly power to maintain higher prices, harming consumers and weakening competition. The lawsuit also claims the online retailer buries discount sellers far down in its search results so that they become invisible. In a statement, Amazon called the case, quote, wrong on the facts and the law. And Target announced that it is closing 9 stores in major cities across the country next month because of theft and organized retail crime. The company says the wave of shoplifting is threatening the safety of its workers and shoppers. Stores are closing in New York City, Seattle, San Francisco's Bay Area, and Portland, Oregon. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
Checking Wall Street at the noon hour, the Dow Industrials down another 146 points. The Nasdaq off 33, the S&P 500 down 17. Our call for action volunteers are in the building, taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. Volunteers are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you can call for action right now at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Well, you still have a chance of winning one of the largest Powerball jackpots in history. The next drawing is tonight. The grand prize is now up to an estimated $835 million. If you were to win, the lump sum would be more than $390 million. According to Powerball, the odds of winning the jackpot are 1 in 292.2 million. There's one chance. We come back. Pam has today's egg prices, plus Jacob takes a look at the complete forecast. And then today on Live at 4, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company answers your plant and garden questions.
Nobody wants to think about cold weather, but now's the time to winterproof your home. Is your house cold every winter? Your home needs foam. Are your heating costs too high? Your home needs foam. Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Your home needs foam. USA Premium Foam is over 35% more efficient than ordinary, weaker insulation. Winterproof now and get 0% financing for 72 months.
USA Insulation.
Want a flatter, tighter tummy? Then check out new Ab EX from Sono Bello.
Doctor, after my pregnancies, my body just never bounced back. I had this stomach overhang that made me really self-conscious.
It's not your fault. That stubborn fat and excess skin is very difficult to get rid of with diet and exercise alone.
That's exactly why I went to Sono Bello. I really trust their team of experts, and I finally got the flat stomach I had always wanted.
Introducing Ab EX from Sono Bello. Remove fat and lose excess skin permanently in just one visit.
Ab EX is a great alternative to a tummy tuck because that overhang you mentioned becomes flat and tight fast with minimal downtime.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now to learn more about Ab EX by Sono Bello. Call 1-888-285-6876 or go to sonobello.com.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
He was last seen fleeing from a traffic stop in Rock County.
Months later, his body was discovered in an abandoned home miles away. What happened to Christopher Miller? News 3 Now probes for answers in an exclusive discussion with the Rock County Sheriff's Office.
Thursday at 10.
It's sold in a rainbow of flavors, and it could already be hurting your child's health.
Tomorrow, our Time for Kids expert shares strategies for talking to kids about vaping.
And after some rainy, cool weather, we are looking at some warmer weather. Join us tomorrow between 4:30 and 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in with Pam Yackey now from the Midwest Farm Report. Another rainy day.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said before, too bad it's about 45 days late to do our farmers any good as far as crop production is concerned. Now we'll just hope that it does start drying out because the corn silage harvest continues. We still have some hay that we're making, and pretty quick, the combines are going to start to roll. So be sure that you're minding your manners when it comes to the rural roadway traffic. That's probably going to start picking up again this weekend. You know, talking a little bit about those roadway traffic situations and potential accidents, I want to give a shout out to the Wisconsin Rural EMS Outreach Program. It's something that was started in 2022. It's designed really to provide additional resources and a voice for all our rural emergency responders. You know, it is really, really difficult for a lot of counties to come up with 24 hours, 7 day a week, 365-day emergency services. So what Rural EMS Outreach did is try to bring together all kinds of different strategies for local governments, shared services, essentially technical support. They also work with the industry if the legislature is considering policy work and they need statistics or anything like that. They have been recognized for their leadership with some national accolades. Just want to give a shout out to Wisconsin's Rural EMS Outreach Program. Give a shout out to my friends that are heading over toward Milwaukee today or tomorrow, beginning a World Beef Expo. They actually start cattle check-in today. Cody Quam, who's the president of World Beef Expo's board, said they're expecting over 1,000 head of cattle that are going to come in from probably about 13 different states, 25 different breeds, some of which you probably have not seen before, are going to be at State Fair Park. More than 4,000 spectators expected to enjoy the show. Remember, it's also held in conjunction with Harvest Fair at State Fair Park in West Allis. Officially get started with judging on Thursday, concludes on Sunday. Ooh, let's take a look at the dairy markets. Today, barrel cheese dropped another 2 cents to $1.52. 40-pound block cheese down 1/4 cent, $1.75 1/4. But yowza, butter up 12 cents today. Mark, we are now at $3.30 a pound for butter. That's in Chicago, not in the grocery store yet.
Well, getting closer to our goal, aren't we?
Yeah, we'll be retired by the end of the week at this pace. Oh, speaking of which, last time I'm going to be with you for a couple days, buddy. I'm up at the Packer game tomorrow, and then we get started with World Dairy Expo activities. So it's going to be a hit or miss with Yankee, at least here on TV, but I will see you at World Dairy Expo.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Pam. The search is on in Port Washington to find a missing and rare 23-year-old tortoise. The owner is doing everything in her power to find her pet. Daniela Pronzit-Cato has the story.
My best friend and I, we'd catch plenty of turtles out in the pedal boats, bring them home.
Brittany Hudson was 20 years old when she bought Augusta, also known as Gus, from a man in Arizona.
She was only this big, smaller than a dollar bill.
That was 23 years ago.
In college, I would take her to study with me at the park, put her on a leash like a dog. My kids and I take her in a wagon.
But that hasn't been the case since Friday afternoon, when Hudson realized the 25-pound red-footed tortoise escaped from her backyard near East Monroe Street.
She has like a half of a dog cage that she crawls in and hides. Had kind of made her way around that and pushed open the fence somehow and got out.
Hudson has posted flyers all over the area for neighbors to help search for Gus. There are a couple of trails here just about a block from her home, and even though it's been 4 days now, she's hoping Gus hasn't made it past this point.
So then this was open kind of like this, and who knows where she went.
Gus has a black shell with yellow spots, and her head and front legs are a bit yellow with red spots.
We actually alerted the Port Washington Police Department, the Ozaki Humane Society.
She's also taken to social media to alert the community, warning that this species cannot swim. They are only adapted to land, and Gus is notorious for hiding in dark places.
In my heart, I feel like she's just in the bushes in someone's yard or in a garage.
Hudson is praying Gus finds her way back home very soon.
I've been devastated, crying, trying to go on, with life.
And Brittany Heston says a reward will only be given after Gus is safely returned home. Well, one more day of rain before the sun returns. Jacob is back with the latest forecast.
Yeah, we're still going to continue to see some rainfall for this afternoon, but it does look like it will begin to clear out of our region by the evening hours. And then once the rain does clear out today, we're not expecting to see rain for about a week. Now, we are going to see some fog develop later tonight and later tomorrow night, but that's not going to be as much of an issue over the weekend as temperatures will slowly rise possibly into the lower 80s for your weekend and beginning of next week. So here's a look at the rainfall total over the last 3 days. Now, these aren't specific totals. These are just radar estimates, but it shows that we've seen quite a bit of rainfall and definitely some much needed rainfall. Again, these aren't official updates, but this is radar indicated. We had around 3 inches for a lot of Dane County near Platteville, around 3 inches, over near Prairie du Chien, around 3.5 inches, around 2.5 in Janesville, 2.5 in Dodge and Jefferson counties. So we have seen some much needed rainfall for sure, and we are going to see a little bit more today, but then after today, like I mentioned, we really aren't going to see much. Now here's a look at the current radar. We are still seeing some of those scattered showers, some small pockets of moderate rain across Dane County. So parts of Madison may see some rain, other parts may not. It looks like this batch of rain will move to the southwest of Madison, and this batch of rain might move to the northeast, at least of the immediate downtown areas. The surrounding areas of Madison could definitely see some rainfall currently. Now, we also have some showers and, again, some pockets of heavy rainfall in the southwestern portion of the state, and as I've been talking about, this may continue for the next couple of hours, but it's really going to clear out by the time we get to the evening and overnight hours, where we are expected to see dry conditions, and the dry conditions are expected to continue for the rest of the week and start of next week. Now, we are going to see some fog tonight. Visibility during the morning tomorrow could be below 2 miles at times, will definitely impact the morning commute tomorrow, and it also will impact the morning commute on Friday, as we could see the visibility will drop below 1 mile possibly at times as well. Now, it's not going to be as big of an issue on the weekend as the temperatures warm up. So temperature-wise today, we'll see highs in the middle to upper 60s. Some areas may get to the 70s, but for the most part, it's going to feel a little chilly today. Overnight lows will be mild considering the cloud cover and moisture. We'll see lows around 60. And then as we go to tomorrow, we'll see high temperatures around 70 for much of Dane County. And then as we get into Friday, those temperatures are going to continue to rise up to the mid-70s. And by the time we get to Friday, we are certainly going to see a lot more sunshine. But take a look at these temperatures for the weekend. We could get into the 80s both Saturday and Sunday, and we really aren't going to see a lot of cloud cover. So it's going to be sunny and it's going to be pretty warm. And that warm weather is expected to continue for Monday and Tuesday as well, before our next chance of rain comes Wednesday night into Thursday. So the first day of October is Sunday, and it's not really going to feel like October. It's not necessarily going to feel like it's the middle of summer, but with the sunshine and high temperatures in the lower 80s, it will definitely feel pretty warm. But in general, you know, very excited to see all that rainfall. We don't have total estimates of the last 3 days because obviously it's still raining right now, but radar indicated estimates show some pretty good news.
Especially out to the west of us, they really needed the rain.
Yeah, near La Crosse and parts of our area as well had the exceptional droughts. I'm hoping that tomorrow we get some pretty good news and that will at least drop 1 category. So I'll have the drought monitor for you guys tomorrow.
All right, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, let's see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
If you can resist the 1-minute cinnamon bun that's coming up next, then you've got a lot of willpower.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Now at Menards, get 11% off your next renovation. Menards Fashion Bath Showroom has everything you need, including a great selection of Moen faucets. Pick up this Nolia pull-down kitchen faucet for $229.96 after rebate. Add style and luxury to your bathroom with Max. The Uptown shower door has a frameless design for a minimalist look and features slow close technology. Right now, all Max shower kits are 11% off.
Save big money at Menards.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me! Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
I'm Rebecca, and you might know me from reality TV.
And this was my stubborn body fat that I just couldn't get rid of. But then I went to Sono Bello, and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
It is so intensely gratifying for one visit to make this big of a change. It's amazing.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It feels incredible to look down and it's flat. Thank you again, Sono Bello. I'm so happy.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-952-0466 or go to sonobello.com.
Steinhafels is your sleep solution destination. Right now, you can get a Queen Beauty Rest mattress for only $3.99, or upgrade to the luxury and comfort of a Beauty Rest Black Hybrid and pay just $51 per month when you use our 72-month financing. Plus, you'll get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Isn't it time you got a great night's sleep? Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com. Relax, it's Steinhafels.
There's nothing like freshly baked cinnamon buns slathered with icing. You got to admit, they're pretty hard to resist. But when you make them, there's a couple of challenges. Most time they take way too long, so they're not weekday friendly. And secondly, if you make a whole batch, you end up eating a whole batch. That's why we came up with an easy single-serve version that's done in about a minute, and it's just as satisfying. All we do is mix a couple of tablespoons of applesauce, a bit of vegetable oil, a little milk, and some vanilla, along with some flour, brown sugar, cinnamon, baking powder, and a pinch of salt. Once that's mixed, we pour it into one of our favorite microwavable coffee mugs, except we leave about 1 tablespoon of the batter in the bowl. Into that, we stir in a bit more cinnamon and swirl it into the mug to give it that classic cinnamon bun spiral look. Then microwave it for about a minute. Let me tell you from experience, it will seem like the longest minute in history. Once this comes out, we flip it onto a plate. Careful, it's gonna be hot. Then we slather it with our 3-ingredient homemade cream cheese frosting. I bet you can't wait to go online so you can get the recipe for our 1-minute cinnamon bun. And I can assure you, it tastes even better than it looks. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a dreamier way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Not a fan of the floor crew out here. Should take one final check of the forecast.
Technically, it's longer than a minute because you have to prepare it. But beyond that, let's take one final look at the radar. We are still seeing those showers across Dane County. Not expected to be very heavy, but these could continue for the next couple of hours. Also seeing some showers in the southwestern portion of the state. Again, just be prepared. We could continue to see some rainfall this afternoon. But after the rain ends, which will likely be this evening or overnight, it is going to be dry for the next week or so, with pretty warm temperatures over the weekend and the start of next week with highs in the lower 80s. And we also are going to see plenty of sunshine before our next chance of rain comes Wednesday and Thursday.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.